There's a hidden meaning in the moments when the world is asleep, but your eyes suddenly open between 3 and 5 a.m. For some, it feels unsettling. For others, it's a spark of clarity they can't quite explain. What if this early awakening wasn't random? What if it was a signal, an invitation to step into awareness, to realign with your inner power, and to reset your path before the noise of the day begins? If you've ever found yourself staring at the ceiling at this mysterious hour, this message is for you. When you wake between 3 and 5 in the morning, it often feels like an interruption, a break in the natural rhythm of your rest. Yet, across cultures, philosophies, and even scientific observations, this time frame is recognized as something more than a random disturbance. It is often called the sacred window, the hour of awakening, or the whisper of the universe. During this period, the body enters a lighter phase of sleep. The environment around you is at its quietest, and the mind is unusually sensitive. Many traditions believe that this is the time when the barrier between the conscious and subconscious mind thins, allowing hidden emotions, deep desires, and unprocessed thoughts to rise. What feels like restlessness may actually be a call to listen, a subtle nudge from within or beyond. From a biological perspective, this window is connected to the body's natural circadian rhythm. The liver and lungs are most active in these hours, filtering toxins and restoring balance. When your body stirs, it might be because it's processing something deeper, not just physically, but emotionally too. Anxiety, unresolved worries, or even unspoken aspirations can push you awake, urging you to acknowledge what you've been ignoring. Instead of seeing this as a curse, consider it as a message. Your body and spirit are inviting you to slow down and become aware. Spiritually, many ancient teachings view this period as a channel of heightened energy. Yogis call it the Brahma Muhurta, the creator's hour when meditation is most effective. Mystics see it as a sacred doorway when divine energy can be felt more strongly. Waking up at this time may be a sign that you are being called to tune in, to connect with something higher, or to simply reconnect with yourself. Rather than rolling over in frustration, take a moment to embrace the silence. Notice how still the world is. This is the only time of day when the noise of life is absent, when everything is stripped down to simplicity. In that silence lies an opportunity, a chance to hear your inner voice, to feel your heartbeat, to understand the patterns in your life that you usually rush past. When you wake in this window, it is not just about lost sleep. It is an opening, a reminder that life is nudging you to align with something greater. When your eyes open between 3 and 5 in the morning, it is not just coincidence. The body and mind are designed with rhythms, and this period is one of the most delicate transitions of the day. The night has not fully ended, the day has not yet begun, and you exist in a space in between. In this space, the body often stirs because energy is shifting. The lungs are clearing, the nervous system is recalibrating, and the subconscious is gently surfacing. It is a natural moment where your inner clock aligns with the deepest quiet of the world. You are not waking because something is wrong. You are waking because your inner system is sensitive to the profound stillness that surrounds you. Think about it. This is the hour when almost everything is silent. No traffic, no conversations, no demands pulling at you. The collective noise of human activity has faded, and in that absence, your awareness becomes sharper. Your mind senses the silence, and in response, it begins to search for meaning. This is why many people report strange clarity or unusual emotions when they wake during this window. The absence of distraction makes your inner thoughts louder. What you usually suppress during the busy hours of daylight surfaces effortlessly now. Psychologists often note that this time of waking is linked with unresolved feelings. Stress, worry, or even excitement about something hidden deep in your heart can rise to the surface, shaking you awake. But instead of resisting it, this can be used as an opportunity. Your body is showing you that there are layers within you that need attention. In the quiet hours, those layers are easier to hear. On a deeper level, many traditions teach that this window of time is the threshold of connection. Monks, sages, and mystics intentionally wake before dawn to meditate or pray because they understand that the energy of the world is different here. When your body naturally wakes during these hours, it may be nudging you to participate in that same energy, to use the natural sensitivity of your mind for reflection or alignment. So rather than seeing it as random or bothersome, recognize the subtle intelligence behind it. You are waking because the body and mind know this is the easiest moment to listen, to feel, and to awaken in a way that daylight rarely allows. When you find yourself awake in the quiet hours between 3 and 5, the first instinct may be to roll over and fight for more sleep. But resisting often only deepens restlessness. Instead, one of the most powerful things you can do is bring your focus back to the body through simple breathing or mindfulness exercises. The mind in these early hours tends to race. It revisits memories, anticipates problems, and magnifies emotions. Breathing acts like an anchor, pulling you away from the storm of thought and back into the present moment. Start by noticing your breath without trying to control it. Feel the cool air enter your nostrils, the rise of your chest, the subtle pause, and then the release as your body softens. When you give attention to this natural rhythm, the nervous system begins to relax. The heart rate slows, stress hormones decrease, and the body signals safety. What often keeps you awake at this hour is the illusion of danger created by your own thoughts. Breathing dissolves that illusion. You can take it further with a simple practice. Inhale slowly for a count of 4, hold for a moment, and exhale for a count of 6 or 7. This longer exhale tells your body that it is time to settle, that there is no threat. After a few cycles, you may feel a calm wave spread from your chest outward. This is your body remembering its natural state of peace. Mindfulness extends beyond breathing. You can place your hand over your heart and simply notice the warmth, the beat, the reminder that life is flowing through you. Allow yourself to feel gratitude for this quiet moment instead of frustration. You may silently repeat phrases like, I am safe, I am present, or I let go. These gentle affirmations redirect restless energy into calm awareness. The magic of doing this practice at such hours is the silence around you. Unlike during the day, there are no interruptions, no noise pulling you away from yourself. Each breath, each mindful moment feels amplified. In this stillness, what begins as an attempt to calm the body often turns into a deeper connection with your own inner world. Breathing and mindfulness transform the interruption of waking into an invitation, not to struggle against the night, but to use it as a pathway back to harmony. When you wake between 3 and 5 in the morning, your mind is often crowded with thoughts you didn't invite. Worries about yesterday, fears about tomorrow, or fragments of dreams that linger. Instead of letting these thoughts swirl aimlessly, this time can be turned into a powerful practice of journaling and intention setting. The act of writing gives shape to what feels formless in your head. It transforms vague emotions into words you can see, understand, and release. Keeping a small notebook by your bed allows you to catch those thoughts before they disappear, giving them a home outside of your restless mind. Begin by writing exactly what you feel in the moment without editing or filtering. Maybe you woke with anxiety, maybe you woke with inspiration, or maybe you simply felt uneasy. Whatever it is, let it spill onto the page. Often, the simple act of writing is enough to quiet the mind because it no longer needs to hold everything in silence. Thoughts that once circled endlessly in your head now sit in front of you, where you can look at them with perspective. After pouring out your emotions, shift to intention setting. Ask yourself, what do I want this day to mean? What kind of energy do I want to carry forward once the sun rises? It doesn't need to be grand or complicated. Something as simple as, I choose peace, or I will focus on growth today, can plant a seed that directs your entire day. Writing your intentions in these quiet hours gives them unusual power. The subconscious is more open and receptive before dawn, and the words you put on paper often sink deeper than they would later in the noise of daily life. You can also write down goals or visions you are working toward, no matter how far away they seem. The clarity of this early window helps you connect with them in a raw and honest way. By repeatedly returning to your intentions in these moments, you create a habit of aligning yourself with purpose rather than chaos. Journaling at this time is not about perfection. It is about release, clarity, and alignment. What begins as a restless awakening becomes a moment of self-discovery. Instead of feeling trapped by sleeplessness, you use the hours to reprogram your mind, shaping the day before it even begins. This simple act of writing and setting direction can turn an unwelcome wake-up call into one of the most transformative rituals of your life. When you find yourself awake between 3 and 5 in the morning, the most powerful use of that time is not to fight against it, but to lean into it through prayer, meditation, or visualization. These practices take advantage of the heightened sensitivity of the mind in these hours. Your brain is in a slower wave state, not yet fully alert, not fully asleep either, which makes it more receptive. What you focus on now tends to sink deeper into the subconscious, shaping not only your emotions, but also your actions throughout the day. Prayer at this hour can be especially grounding. Whether you follow a specific faith or simply believe in a higher power, speaking words of gratitude, guidance, or surrender during these early moments creates a profound sense of connection. The silence of the world amplifies your voice within. You do not need elaborate phrases, even simple expressions like, "Thank you," "Guide me," or "I release my fears," can calm the spirit. This kind of dialogue, offered in the quietest part of the night, often feels more intimate and powerful than at any other time. Meditation is another path. You can sit in stillness, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. With every inhale and exhale, imagine yourself drawing in peace and releasing tension. In the hours before dawn, the mind's chatter is softer, making it easier to slip into a meditative state. Some choose to repeat a mantra, while others simply rest in silence. Either way, meditation at this time trains the mind to settle, and it transforms what could have been a restless night into a sanctuary of calm. Visualization takes this even further. Once your mind feels quiet, picture the life you want to live, the person you want to become, or the energy you want to carry into the day. See it clearly, as though it is already unfolding. Imagine yourself walking with confidence, speaking with clarity, feeling calm no matter what challenges come. The subconscious accepts these images as seeds, and with repetition they grow into real actions and habits. These early hours are sacred because they are free from distraction. By turning to prayer, meditation, or visualization, you use the silence not to wrestle with your thoughts, but to redirect them. Instead of wasted time, it becomes sacred time, a chance to align yourself with peace, purpose, and vision before the day even begins. When you wake between 3 and 5 in the morning, it can be tempting to feel frustration. The thought of losing rest, of lying awake when you should be sleeping, often makes the mind restless. But what if this wakefulness wasn't a problem, but an opportunity? The truth is, these hours hold a special power, the ability to transform what feels like disruption into growth. Instead of resisting and struggling to fall back asleep, you can use the moment as a doorway to self-awareness, clarity, and renewal. Turning restlessness into transformation means choosing not to fight against the night, but to embrace what it is offering. Restlessness is simply energy that has not found its direction. When you are awake at this time, your body and mind are signaling that there is something asking for attention. Maybe it is an emotion that has been buried all day, a thought you tried to ignore, or a dream that carries meaning. By noticing it instead of rejecting it, you allow this energy to guide you. It could be the spark for journaling, a cue to meditate, or even the perfect moment to realign with your goals. In this way, what felt like a problem becomes a gift. Transformation begins with perspective. If you see the early wake up as wasted time, it will drain you. If you see it as sacred time, it will enrich you. These hours are like hidden treasures, accessible only to those who know how to use them. Some of the world's greatest thinkers, leaders, and spiritual seekers deliberately rise before dawn to tap into the same energy you are experiencing naturally. They understand that this quiet window allows for deeper insight and sharper creativity. You can step into that same flow by shifting your mindset. Instead of being caught in cycles of worry, let the restlessness push you toward practices that create strength. Breathe deeply, write down what you feel, or visualize the life you want to live. Each time you do this, you teach your mind a new pattern, When I wake early, I grow. Slowly, the body begins to associate these hours not with anxiety, but with empowerment. In the end, waking between 3 and 5 is never just about sleeplessness. It is a signal, a call, a reminder that within the stillness lies something waiting to be discovered. These hours hold a power that daylight often hides, a power to reset, to listen, and to align. You can treat them as an inconvenience and drift back into restless tossing, or you can rise into awareness and use them as a gateway to clarity. Every breath, every thought written, every prayer or meditation in these quiet moments becomes an investment in who you are becoming. What once felt like a disruption transforms into one of the most sacred opportunities of your life. The next time your eyes open in the silence of dawn, don't resist it, embrace it, because it may just be life itself asking you to awaken in more ways than one.